have something like Dave Chappelle's special not be noted that it's promoting discrimination and hate conversation is very hurtful to the activism and the cause that we're trying to progress ourselves in the industry.
The Dave Chappelle versus the Alphabet People saga continues. It has not let up. These people are not understanding what Dave was trying to communicate with his recent Netflix special. We covered this a couple episodes ago. We thoroughly talked about this and just exactly what Dave was trying to communicate to the LGBTQ community. They're proving his point, literally proving his point. They are going to the Netflix headquarters in Hollywood, California, to protest a black man that they disagree with. They're punching down on him, literally stomping on his name. White leftists, okay, and trans activists. Some of them openly admit that they're using their white privilege to cancel black comedian Dave Chappelle. Welcome to 2021, ladies and gentlemen. Well, also, welcome to Drew Hernandez Live. My name is Drew Hernandez, hopefully one of your favorite podcast hosts here on YouTube. If you guys can do me a huge favor right now before we get into this, share this transmission far and wide wherever you could post a link. We're extremely shadow banned, throttled, deboosted here on YouTube. We count on you guys to break the censors right now. We need every single one of you. Copy that link, share it on your Getter, on your Twitter, on your Gab, or wherever, your Facebook, wherever you could post a link. Get it out, get it out, get it out, get it out right now. They want to silence us. They want to stop us, but it's up to you guys to get this out. Also, with that, because we're extremely demonetized, we are supported by the people, we the people. That is you, my people, every single one of you that are watching. You guys support me. We do super chats at the end of every single show. So if you'd like to leave a super chat now in the middle of the show, something great I say that you really love, or you want to ask me at the end, you can wait till the end, but I will get to every single super chat. We do Q&A at the end of every single show, or consider joining the DH Alliance for as low as $5 a month on the membership section on this channel. But some people don't like using Super Chat because they take a percentage away. So people say, hey, Drew, how can I get around that? The link is in the description below through my website, through Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal. You can drop a one-time donation there, or you can give directly through there and write a little memo on the app, and I read them live on air just like Super Chats at the end of every single show. So thank you guys very much. Or go cop a t-shirt from my merch store. The link is in the description below. Thank you guys so much. Smash that like button, destroy that like button, hit the bell notification, and toggle on the all selection. In theory, it's supposed to work. I don't know if it's supposed to work. Let me know in the comment section below. Are you guys getting notifications whenever I go live? I don't know. We'll see. Let me know what you guys think in the comment sections below if you guys are getting them. I don't know. So enough with that. I want to talk my crap tonight, because this is just continuing. This saga between Dave Chappelle and the LGBTQ alphabet people is not stopping. Now, what's interesting, and the joke is seriously on them, because if any of you actually listened to what Dave was trying to communicate, a lot of people didn't think that his special was that funny. And considering it's Dave Chappelle, usually whatever he puts out is extremely hilarious on all levels, but it does seem that his last Netflix special, titled The Closer, was a bit more of a message directed towards the LGBTQ community to communicate to them that Dave is actually trying to get them to see something that they cannot see, that they will not see. They refuse to see it. And what they're doing right now, yesterday, they were at the Netflix headquarters, literally protesting Dave Chappelle because of words. And also some of the trans activists that were coming out were actually saying that it's hate, like, to laugh at the trans community. So it's like hate comedy or hate laughter. Where's this going? It's the joke's on them. And why? Because number one, this is clown world. We all know this is clown world, and these people can't take a joke. They don't want to live in reality. They don't want any facts, statistics, or anything like that. They just want to have and cultivate their own version of their fantasy of reality they want it to be. That's what they're taught in these universities, and that's what we're getting. But that's besides the point. The point is that these people, they just will not see what Dave Chappelle was trying to show them, and it's exactly what they're doing right now. Canceling a black man after claiming to be a black ally all of 2020, standing in solidarity with black people through Black Lives Matter, but when it comes to them, their community, They are willing, literally, to silence and cancel and destroy anybody, and all that gets thrown out the window. And the main point that Dave was trying to make is that these people are so unwilling to take a joke that they lose their minds, and they claim to be this strong community, the LGBTQ community, okay? They claim to be this strong community that has been pushing the next civil rights movement here in the 21st century. And this is what we've been seeing. We saw it with the black community and minorities, and now it's the LGBTQ community. These people claim to be so strong and independent and powerful, but you can't hurt their feelings. They can't handle it. They can't handle comedy where they're being made fun of. Why? You can make fun of black people. You can make fun of brown people. You can make fun of white people. But you can't make fun of homosexuals, transsexuals, or anybody that falls under the category of LGBTQ, especially on social media, because if you do, even if it's comedy, it could lead to real world violence, and it's not funny because you're hurting people's feelings. Do I sound obnoxious right now? Yes. Why? Because this is how these people live. They live their lives this way. They deny reality. They don't want to accept reality. They want reality to be their own version of what they want it to be. And that's exactly where we are right now. But here, just to give you guys some context for those that haven't been following this story, it's been viral. I'd be surprised if you haven't. Let's get this up. But this took place yesterday. Employees staged a Netflix walkout over Dave Chappelle comedy special met by counter-protesters claiming jokes are funny. There's a shot right there. So what happened? Netflix employees staged a walkout on Wednesday in protest of the streaming service support for an airing of Dave Chappelle's recent comedy special, The Closer. As trans activists shouted, "Trans lives matter," counter-protesters chanted, "We like jokes." Okay, this is what's triggering these people. We like jokes, and Dave is funny. Outside the Netflix headquarters in Los Angeles, that's in Hollywood, if you're unfamiliar with the area. It's very disgusting and dirty around this whole area. It's a shame what's happened in Hollywood anyways. But it kind of fits because, Hollywood's full of Satanists and pedophiles, and so it fits. Another activist said trans people should be given raises at Netflix. Today on this full moon in Aries, it is time to make a change, the activist said. It's time to release the old and break in new. What needs to happen if the CEO at Netflix wants to make it right with trans people, he will give trans employees a raise right now. Give them a raise right now for their hard work, for their hard labor, and for putting their trauma up for the world to see. These people just want to be given financial raises without even actually putting in hard work. It's just more about, oh, I struggle so much, so pay me more. Right. Okay. No. This comes after weeks of back and forth. This is the saga between the trans community, the alphabet community, and Dave Chappelle. This comes after weeks of back and forth between trans activist employees at Netflix and Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos. Trans activist employees were displeased with Dave Chappelle's latest special, while Netflix backed the comedian and the special until Wednesday. The walkout was planned by activists who also had a list of demands. Those employees who are staging the walkout stated as their demands, "We want the company to adopt measures in the areas of content investment, employee relations and safety, and harm reduction." These people are so scared. They live in fear. They're scared of everything, all of which are necessary to avoid future instances of platforming transphobia and hate speech. All these people, I'll get to it. Okay, I got a lot to say about this. A lot. There are the flyers that were circulating around social media promoting the walkout and the protest. Sarandos walked back the comments saying that while he doesn't regret the special or working with Chappelle, he should have been more sensitive in his stance with employees. Sarandos said that he screwed up in his handling of the internal backlash against the hit special. He had previously defended the special and Chappelle. Isn't it just crazy how black people just get thrown out the window for these people? That's literally the point of Dave Chappelle's special, The Closer. Literally the point. What's happening right here Is literally the point of his special, his comedy special, is that black people get thrown out the window for these psychotic white leftist liberals and the LGBTQ community like that. And this is exactly proving his point. I think maybe Dave was anticipating this. He probably wanted this to happen just to prove him to be right. He had previously defended the special on Chappelle. On Wednesday, Netflix employees are reportedly staging a walkout. Yes, they did. And that was all taking place yesterday. So let's take this down. So here are some of the clips. If you guys haven't seen them yet, they were circulating. They have literally been going viral. But the first one I want to play for you guys is this. You have a white leftist here, okay? The guy's wearing like a pride heart on his t-shirt, all right? And there's a counter protest. And shout out to that guy with the beard that went out there and literally just proved Dave's point. The guy's out there protesting the protesters. And he's saying stuff like, we like Dave and jokes are funny. That's what they're calling hate speech. We like Dave and jokes are funny. All right. You see how these people want to regulate what people say? But you guys are going to see this video and you see a white leftist come into the frame, take the guy's sign that says, we like Dave, and start to stomp on it. You know how viral that clip would be if that was like some white Black Lives Matter ally holding a sign that says George Floyd, and some dude with a MAGA hat came, took the sign, and started stomping on it? You see my point here? You guys see what I'm saying. Here's the clip.
Lives matter. Why is he breaking my sign? Why is he breaking my sign?
For those of you that missed it, let's do a little bit of a rewind. Here's the guy here. He's protesting the crazy the LGBTQ people. And look at the amount of media that's there too as well. Doesn't it just kind of prove the point that these people really are the minority? Like they really are. There's more media than there are trans activists. But anyways, here's the sign, guys. For those of you that missed it, it says, we like Dave. He's in support of Dave Chappelle, a black comedian. And here comes the white leftist, takes the sign, attempts to destroy it, and starts stomping on the name of a black man. Welcome to 2021.
Why is he breaking my sign? Why is he breaking my sign? Don't you have free speech rights? Don't you have free speech rights for all of you?
And there it is. There are the white allies of 2020 that were standing in solidarity with all the black people. I guarantee you this guy was probably bowing and kissing the feet of black people in 2020. I guarantee you that's this guy. And now here he is stomping on the name of a black man.
Oh, look, there's such a... He's got a weapon! He's got a weapon! He's got a weapon! He's got a weapon!
So notice how these people do this. So they censor his speech, okay? They censor his First Amendment right to peacefully protest. They take his sign, they stomp on it, they destroy it, and then they take his stick and immediately begin to turn the narrative around on him, saying and accusing him of having a weapon. You see how these people they play such victims, like they're so helpless. They stage this crap.
Oh, do you want me to drop my weapon?
Yes.
Okay.
Get and leave.
There's my weapon.
We're not trying to have any discussion.
I'm not discussing anything.
You're talking about we're trying not to have any discussion.
I'm just here to say that jokes.
Okay, now notice this lady on the bottom right. She comes with the crazy lady with the tambourine. Just watch.
Funny people. Dave Chappelle is a...
Resist, mother effer! Resist, mother effer! Where do these people come from? What is wrong with these people?
funny guy. I love Dave. I don't know why all the violence. I don't know why all the hate. I just love Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle!
God, you know what is absolutely pathetic about this video is these people are 100% serious. They actually believe that they are standing in between or standing and opposing some kind of racist, transphobic threat to society that's going to kill them. It's just like, dude, don't you guys see how ridiculously pathetic this really is? For many reasons. Number one, Drew, why is this pathetic? Well, for one, these people have to stage. They have to begin to stage the narrative in order for them to look like victims and helpless. Because they come out and say, oh, we're so helpless. Everyone wants to hurt us. The whole community in the world is just is a target to transphobes. So when they're in a protest with someone that's protesting them, okay, the guy's coming out and he's saying, oh, we like jokes. Dave is funny. He's even saying, I love gays. I love gays. And in the process, they have to get aggressive. They take his sign, they destroy it and start stomping on it. And in the process, they give him his stick that was holding the sign in order to turn the narrative around and spin it to make it look like he's got a weapon, so they look like helpless little victims. That's exactly what Dave Chappelle is trying to say and communicate in this Netflix special. They're not strong, independent, always have to play the victim, always have to look helpless, scared. And to go to my point also is it's just so ridiculous to see these white leftists, these people that were white allies to the blacks in Black Lives Matter in 2020. Oh, they were out there standing in solidarity because, oh, they're the hegemony. They're the power structure in this country. So they got to use their white privilege to make a statement. It's just so pathetic that now these are the same people. This is proving Dave Chappelle's point. These are the same white leftists that are now taking the name of a black man and taking that sign and putting it on the ground and stomping on it because he disagrees with him. It's a joke. It's literally a joke. And it's just the psychotic, like these people are just, I don't even have an explanation. I'll play this for you guys again. Like it's just, look at this person come up on the bottom right and just starts to lose it.
Dave Chappelle is a funny guy. I love Dave. I don't know why all the violence. I don't know why all the hate.
It's like, hey guys, you know how we're gonna cure the world of transphobia. You know how we're gonna resist, and you know how we're gonna put an end to this and eradicate these people out of America. Everyone needs a tambourine. It's like, dude, this is so pathetic.
Dave Chappelle! Dave Chappelle!
I just have no words. I have no words for how these people react to this stuff. I mean, you guys have seen my Man on the Street content. I did a lot of that between 2018 and a little bit into 2020 before I got more serious in reporting and reporting live on networks. But I mean, I've been talking about this a lot, man, on different podcasts. It's like, I just think mental health needs to be taken way more serious now. Because for someone to be that deranged, just losing it to the point of shaking and shaking and shaking and shaking. It's like, resist, mother effer! Resist, mother effer! It's like, okay, you got the free speech to do that, but you look like a crazy person. What are you so afraid of? The guy's literally sitting there saying, I love gays. I love gays. And they're still like, resist, mother effer! Resist, mother effer! My gosh. I don't know, man. I just can't with this anymore. Listen, if you want people to take you serious, that's not how you do it, bro. It's like, that's not how you do it, man. People are going to look at you and say, I mean, people that are actually thinking, that are living in reality, all right? When you're watching a video like this, you're like, what is wrong here? What's going on here? The guy's not being violent. They actually attacked him, took his sign, and tried to make it look like he had a weapon. And they need to do that. That's exactly what they need to do. Sorry, I just got distracted with what does this mean? She's saying repent in the chat. I don't know if she's saying repent or if she's saying resist. Either way, she looks like a psychotic person. The words don't matter. It's the actions. Whether she's saying repent or resist, that doesn't matter. It's the actions. That when you watch this video and you see someone resist, or repent, or repent, it's a psychotic person. Because there's nothing there. There's nothing there that's of a threat. The guy's standing there. He's protesting and counter-protesting. And what is the fact of this? What's the point here? The point is that these people are scared of words. Doesn't matter what she's saying. Repent or resist, doesn't matter. She looks like a psycho, all right? We can all agree on that. And if you agree with me, drop a 1 in the comment section below. Because, listen, the point of this is that these people literally right now, how is it that when you're carrying a sign that says, we like Dave, or I love gays, or I love Dave, or there's no threat here. There's no threat. Or we like jokes, or we love jokes, or jokes are funny. These people are scared of words. That's what's truly pathetic here, is that you could be so afraid of words. And you take a look at a video like that, repent, resist, repent, resist, repent, resist. Like, what is going on here? What's wrong? Honey, are you okay? Like, what? There's nothing to be afraid of here. What are you so scared of? That's the problem here right now. We have people that are scared of things that are just in the ether, or the mainstream media, or these narratives that have come through college, university, that, oh my goodness, there's transphobia everywhere. There's white supremacy everywhere. The blacks need to be scared. Now the homosexuals need to be scared. Now the trans people need to be scared. Now the queers need to be scared. And it's always the same thing. Fear, 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 fear. These people want you to be afraid always, whether it's through COVID, the lockdowns, the mandates, doesn't matter. These people always want you to be scared. Whether it's Donald Trump or Republicans or a white person down the street, be afraid, be afraid, be afraid. And this community is the epitome of that. And this is exactly what Chappelle was trying to communicate in his special, is that these people claim to be so strong and unified and proud. Imagine branding. Listen, the LGBTQ community, we can all agree, brands themselves with the word pride. Okay? Now, with that, what comes along with the word pride? Obviously, arrogance and narcissism and self-absorption, but also, like, being proud can also come along with, when you say, I take pride in doing this, or I myself am confident in who I am, or I myself am courageous or bold, and I'm proud of what I do. I'm proud of what I look like. I'm proud of you see what I'm saying? But this is what these people claim, right? But you can't hurt their feelings. Because the moment that you say a joke that goes too far, they immediately show up to your headquarters and start taking signs with your name on it, even if you're black, and stomping on your name. I'll believe that these people are high and proud and courageous and bold and standing for something when they could take a joke. You guys agree with that? Drop a 1 in the comment section below. It's just, when you are controlled by fear, that is literally how these people rule your life. That's literally how these people rule your life. And these people are ruled through fear. You see this across the board on the radical left. Through COVID, through Trump, white supremacy, and transphobia, homophobia. It's always a phobia, right? Phobia, 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 phobia. That's all you hear from these people. Everything. Phobia everywhere. Phobia here. Phobia there. Phobia in your underwear. It's everywhere. Stop being so afraid is the point. You claim to be proud. Be strong. Don't lose your mind and claim to be a victim anytime someone hurts your feelings. Because if you're so strong, then stop being a victim. Stop saying, oh my God, there's so much scariness out there because of who I am. Okay, well, that's the world you live in. What are you going to do? I don't know. I just think it's a joke when you see videos like this. It's just like, it's so ridiculous to see these people losing their mind. Resist, repent, whatever she's saying. I don't care what she's saying. She's delusional. It's psychotic. Because there's no threat there. The guy's not being threatening. He's not being violent. He is just there. These people are afraid of what could be, or they're afraid of words. This leads me to my next point. I'm going to play this video of you, which is just interesting, man, how the black community just gets, gosh, man, when are black leftists or black liberals or Democrats going to wake the hell up at this point, man? This is what Dave was trying to communicate in his special, is that black people just get thrown out the window whenever some white leftist, homosexual, transsexual has an issue. That gets more of a priority than the black people in this country. That's literally what Dave was saying in the special. And this is proving his point. A trans activist was interviewed in Hollywood, and in the interview admits that they're afraid of words and that the trans person themselves is using their white privilege to cancel Dave Chappelle. This is where we are, 2021. Take a look.
And to have something like Dave Chappelle's special not be noted that it's promoting discrimination and hate conversation is very hurtful to the activism and the cause that we're trying to progress ourselves in the industry.
What do you think? I mean, like, there are counter-protesters here. I mean, like, what do you think of that?
The counter-protesters are disheartening, and it's sad to see that they are using the expression of laughing in the faces of people's pain and hurt and suffering.
There, so laughing is hate now. Continue.
And I don't think that they understand what they're doing, but they are promoting and causing hate conversation. And also,
Okay, hate conversation. Okay, listen to all the fear here. Hate, 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 hate. There's hate everywhere.
so allowing people to think that it's okay to discriminate against.
Did you hear what this person just said? Allowing people to think. You guys aren't paying attention, are you? This is what these people believe. It's not just speech. It's thought. Are you hearing this? You guys aren't paying attention, man. Let me play this one more time. Listen, the trans person is basically communicating that it's wrong to allow people to think.
Hate conversation, and also allowing people to think that it.
That's all I need to hear. Does anybody take issue with these people saying it's wrong to allow you to think? I don't care what the rest of the conversation is. This is dangerous. Okay? This is why you get censored on YouTube, because these are the kinds of people that work in Silicon Valley that believe it's not wrong for you to speak, but it's wrong for you to think wrongly. It's crazy, bro. Oh my gosh.
It's okay to discriminate against those trans and non-binary individuals. I was also misgendered, disrespected by some of them, and it just shows that we are still working on growth. And it's my duty.
So is it illegal to disrespect somebody? Anybody? Is it illegal to do that?
As a person not of color and as a non-binary individual.
Let me rewind this.
Still working on growth, and it's my duty as a person not of color.
So here comes the white privilege, all right? These white leftists. Here come the white heroes, all right? Always this it's my duty. It's my duty, all right? I'm going to save the day here. Here it is. It's always with these people, man. Always with this freaking God complex, dude. Watch.
Still working on growth, and it's my duty as a person not of color and as a non-binary individual to stand by specifically my trans brothers and sisters and everything in between of color as a white person with privilege.
As a white person with privilege. You see what I'm saying, guys? This is what critical race theory has done. And you might say, well, Drew, what do you mean by that? Okay, well, you have to understand the ideologies that these people have been indoctrinated with. Critical race theory, CRT, fundamentally, in a basic way of putting it, is they teach that there's a power structure in a society, right? And in 2021, right now where we are, they teach that the power structure is white people because they're the majority. So this is what these people are taught, right? And because of that, white thought dominates the culture. This is what these people teach. This is what they think and believe. Therefore, since white people are the power structure because white people are the main population, that means white culture, white thought, white belief, all white everything is dominating society. Okay? Media, music, education, politics, you name it, medicine, science, everything. These people, that's cultural Marxism, okay? So because of that, critical race theory also does teach that it's possible that even minorities themselves can be brainwashed by the dominant hegemony. The hegemony is the power structure. So they teach that even minorities can be brainwashed by the white culture because it's so dominant as well. That's why they'll call people like Candace Owens a white supremacist, or Larry Elder, the black face of white supremacy. And now Dave Chappelle apparently has white privilege too, okay? And so, but I'm giving you guys the ideology. These people have been brainwashed to believe that just because white people are the main population in the United States of America, by default, that means white supremacy, okay? So what's interesting about this, and guys, I like thinking about this a lot, is you need to see where this goes. When white people, white leftists believe this, no statistical evidence, all anecdotal and assumptions, when white leftists believe this, by default, they come out and say, yes, I'm white, I have privilege, therefore, I am a part of the white supremacy. So they convince people through their propaganda and their doctrines of demons that they're racist. And then they say, oh, well, yeah, I am a part of the white supremacy. So they come out and they say things like this, like, I'm using my white privilege because I live in a white dominant society to use my voice to speak out against anything that's going against the minorities, the homosexuals, the blacks, you name it. This is... It's just so crazy. It's so sad. It's so sad. It's so sad because if it was flipped, like if we had a teaching in the United States of America that taught black people, you know what? Actually, we do. We do. These people teach black people that they're oppressed and they're poor and they're never going to get ahead in life and you could do nothing because of the color of your skin. Why doesn't that get criticized as racist? Okay. But just accusing white people without having a care in the world, but because they're the majority in this country, are somehow by default the white supremacists and just automatically racist. Why is that highlighted? That's just propaganda. That's all anecdotal. But why isn't it highlighted when this teaching turns around and says to blacks at a young age, oh, you are oppressed and you will not get ahead in life because of the color of your skin, and there's white people out there, the scary white people that are holding you back? Do you see where these ideologies go and they warp the minds of people, where they actually have a white person coming out and saying, oh, you know what? I do have privilege in this country, so I'm going to use it to cancel a black man. This is where this goes now. This is where this chaotic think goes. Because in their head, they think that they're the white allies. They think that they have the privilege to stand alongside the minorities. But this is what Dave was saying, is that the white trans activists throw the black people out the window and use their privilege to put forward their political agenda. And that is what he was communicating. Literally, this is what this is and what he was trying to say. It happens. It's true. Black people get thrown by the wayside whenever the LGBTQ community comes up, and especially if they're white, comes up and says, no, we need to be taken seriously. Just forget the black people right now. To the point of saying, I'm using my white privilege to cancel a black man, Dave Chappelle. It's just like, I don't understand how someone could intellectually live this way. I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. I don't understand how someone could live their life but I get it, because these are the same people that believe in relativism and there is no truth. I only have my truth, and truth could be whatever I want it to be, and I live in this false cultivated reality, and my life is a fantasy, and how dare you poke any holes in my reality, because that's hate. And even if you say it, that's hate. So whatever I want life to be is whatever I want life to be. This is where this chaotic mindset comes from. Their ideologies, they end up crashing. they end up crashing into each other. It's kind of like how the relativist theory or relativism movement, people that believe that there is no singular truth in the universe, that truth could be whatever I want it to be. That movement has somehow merged with like the feminist movement, and but with the feminists, when it comes to women empowerment or women this, and there are some singular truths that female feminists believe in. So how does the relativist thought of that there is no truth coexist with a movement that says there is some singular truth about women? You see what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say is you see these ideologies begin to clash with each other because they're not compatible. It doesn't make any sense. And this clip is a perfect example of that, because this is why this is important to understand, because if you watch Dave Chappelle's special, this is exactly what he's talking about, is that these white people, these white leftists, these white LGBTQ community members are willing to throw black people by the wayside for the sake of their agenda. And that's exactly what they're doing. Oh my gosh, dude. And the guy, the trans person admits it. The trans person admits it. And it's like, I'm using my white privilege. I'm out here to take down Dave Chappelle. It's like, okay, black people are just not relevant right now. What blows my mind the most is how people on the left don't see this. Like black people that are Democrats or self-proclaimed liberals, like how can you not see this? It's an ideology. It's a thought that literally doesn't give a damn about you. And it only comes to you whenever you're convenient or when you're necessary. You're a political pawn. Oh, well, Dave Chappelle. What about Dave? He's black. Oh, well, he's what? The wrong kind of black? You see where this goes? Like, there's no arguing. There's no arguing, because it's either you care about black people or you don't. Oh, well, just because he's black, that doesn't give him a pass to be a homophobe or a trans. He's not. Listen to the freaking special. I don't know. I just think it's a joke. I think it's ridiculous. It's comical, man. It's funny. I mean, it makes me laugh. And the reason why it makes me laugh is because, like, you have to be the right version of what they want you to be, even if it's a black person. It's like, oh no, Dave Chappelle, he's black, but he's the wrong kind of black. Or Larry Elder, he's black, but he's the wrong kind of black. What the hell does that even mean? This goes down to ideology. Remember what I said? What did I say in the video? What concerned me in that video is how this trans activist comes out and says it's basically wrong for them to let people think. Authoritarian much? Totalitarian much? 1984 much? Since when do you believe that it's wrong to let anybody think for themselves? These people are not liberals. They're not. These people do not believe, and even some of them that claim to be anarchists are not truly anarchists. These people are totalitarians because they think it's wrong for you to think something. They have every right to think that, but that's psycho. Who the hell believes that? You know who believes that? Self-centered narcissists that want to control people. Not only what they say, but what they think. This is what these people want to dominate. They want to dominate not only what you say, they want to dominate what you think. You know who does that? North Korea does that. Okay? Communist North Korea, through their propaganda, attempts to control what people think, not just what they say. Some defectors come out, and when they talk about defecting from North Korea, you hear them say the same thing over and over again. They say, we literally lived as if we were living on some distant planet. That's how you could describe it. We didn't even know if there were other countries in the world. Why? Because they don't only control speech, they control information, which leads you to think. These people have the same mindset. They're not liberals. I don't call them liberals anymore. I just call them leftists, straight communists, self-worshiping, self-proclaimed, these narcissists in their own mind. Anyone who wants to control what you think is someone you should stay the hell away from. I'll just leave it at that. Is that hate speech? I don't know. According to the left's definition, anything that goes against the ideology. See, the main point, and I wanted to say this, is it's just so pathetic. It's so pathetic that these people are afraid of words. Words. And they don't, like, they're not willing to, they're so bound in fear that they're afraid of words, syllables, language. They're not willing to debate. They're so filled with fear, they're not willing to debate with better words. They're not willing to coexist with words that they disagree with. So they result to silence. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. How am I supposed to take you serious? How am I supposed to sit here and say, you know what? I respect you. You guys are a strong movement because you know what? You are trying to prove to the world that your ideas are better. But these people constantly live in fear. They play victims. You can't take it serious. They're scared of everything. They're scared of words. They're literally scared of words. Like, I don't know, man. It's like, oh, but words are so scary. They could lead to real world violence. Okay, well, that's the world you live in. What are you going to do? Silence the whole world? Are you an authoritarian psychopath? Maybe you are. Maybe you're a totalitarian inside and you think the cure to ending world violence is just silencing everybody. Really? Let's see how well that goes for you. But it's even more dangerous when you hear these people come out and say, I just think it's wrong that they're allowing people to think. That's very problematic. That's extremely authoritarian, extremely problematic. And that's not a good look. I'll tell you that right now. People need to just grow up. And that's the truth, man. And that's the truth. All right, guys, well, let's do some super chats. If you guys would like to support my show, if you guys loved anything I said, obviously, we're extremely deboosted here on my channel, so we don't really do a lot of monetizing in the sense of just posting content because YouTube has screwed us. So we really appreciate our viewers and those that listen to this show and that watch this show. If you would like to support this show that is supported by the people, we the people, that is you the people, drop a super chat right now. We'll do some Q&A, or if you don't want to use super chat or go through YouTube, you could use Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. The link is in the description below. Or you can give a one-time donation, but when you give through Venmo and PayPal, you can leave a little memo or a chat and I'll read it live on air. Thank you guys so much for that. Or consider joining the DH Alliance for as low as $5 a month. Thank you guys so much. But hey, if you got to head out, please share this video right now, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification and toggle on the all selection. And like I said, I need to hear from you guys. Are you guys getting notified? Obviously, YouTube has screwed me. We're trying to figure out some different avenues, but if you'd like to support me, guys, drop a super chat right now if you love this episode. So we are going to get to some super chats. Thank you guys so much, man. I truly appreciate it. Like I said, share this far and wide. And like I said, man, the Q&A is open to whatever you guys want to talk about. It doesn't have to be about Dave. It doesn't have to be about these crazy people. It could be whatever you want to ask. Alrighty, we have one super chat right here, right? We have a $10 super chat from Nathan. We have a $10 super chat from Nathan. Hey, shout out to you, Nathan. Thank you so much for the support. I truly appreciate it. Everybody say thank you to Nathan. It's hard times right now being deboosted and shadow banned. So all of the super chats and donations that come from you guys, we truly appreciate it. Love you guys very much. All right, Nathan says, hey, Drew, I didn't even know you were live. You are without being shadow banned by YouTube. Like, no doubt, but yeah, I hate this platform so much. LOL. I hope you're doing well, brother. Keep the faith. Yeah, absolutely, man. Thank you so much for the support. It's true. I mean, this is what YouTube does. If they don't deplatform you, they will throttle your channel. They will destroy your reach. They will not put out any notifications when you go live. And that's why sometimes, like, why are you always posting on Instagram and Twitter and self-promoting and constantly saying you're on YouTube, because that's like all I have to help me let people know that I'm still here. And it sucks. So I truly appreciate it, man. But it all goes down to fear, right? These people are scared. Why are they so scared? Why are you so scared of letting Drew Hernandez blow up on YouTube? Because it's going to lead to world violence. Really? These people are so afraid that all they can do is censor, silence, and put an end to your voice because they're scared of words. These people live in paranoia and fear, and they're controlled that way as well. Imagine living your life that way. Just being dictated by everything phobia, transphobia, homophobia, being scared, Islamophobia. Everything's a phobia. COVID fears, the lockdowns, the vax, everything. That's how these people function, man. It's sad. I refuse to live in fear. I refuse to allow my life to be dictated by fear. I refuse to live my life that way. I don't know about you guys, but I refuse to live this way. What about you guys? What do you guys think in the comment sections below? Can people not see? I know you guys see it, man, but can people not see how easy it is to control a society through fear? And that's what we're seeing across the board. And it sucks. It's a disgrace, man. It's truly a disgrace. Control through fear. We have another super chat from McTwiz. McTwiz with the $5 super chat. We salute you. McTwiz says, first time listener, and as a libertarian, I totally agree. White leftists are gonna white leftist. Laugh out loud. Great show. Hey, McTwiz, thank you so much. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, guys, I get extremely shadow banned, so you just got to remember when I go live, we change the show time to 3 p.m. Pacific Standard. That's 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. Try doing the notification thing. We might go to emails, maybe sending out like a push notification every time I go live. We'll probably start doing that in the near future. But hey, man, thank you so much for the support. I truly appreciate it. I hope you love the show. Please share it wherever you can. Just copy that link and share it wherever you can, because YouTube's come after me, man. And as you could tell, it's pretty obvious why. You know? Oh, the white leftists at YouTube don't want the brown boy to be successful. We don't want that now, do we? Who are the real racists? My goodness. Anyways, all right, we have another super chat. A $5 super chat from Julie Ann. We salute you guys. Thank you so much for using the super chats. And like I said, if you guys would like to donate on Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal, the link's in the description. Just want to give that reminder. Some people like doing that. But yes, Julie Ann says that guy said he's non-binary but has a beard and a dress and gets misgendered. How are you supposed to know? Apparently, we aren't being trans competent. But that's the thing. You know, this is why I was talking with Zuby and Elijah on Slightly Offensive the other day, and if you guys haven't watched that episode, go watch it now. The link is in the community section on my page, but this is the point I was trying to make is it's like this weird new religion. It's strange because you see that whenever you see world religions, whether it's Christianity, Islam, Judaism, you see that there's a doctrine, and the doctrine leads to lifestyle. There's dietary laws. There's moral laws. There's eternal laws from God, right? There's a set of things that are to be followed according to the faith, right? And it leads to your lifestyle. And if there's a violation, most religions call that a sin. And there's sacrifice needed. There's forgiveness to be required in order for those sins to be forgiven. But what you see with the radical left is it is this weird religion where there is a doctrine. You can't say a certain thing. You can't think a certain thing. That's why this concerns me when you hear these people say, I think it's wrong that they're trying to let people think. Oh, okay, you could think that, but it's kind of crazy that you're thinking that. There's a speech code. There's a life code. There's a think code. This is crazy when you really think about it, right? On social media, in the real world. Especially with now the COVID stuff, with the masks and with the vaxes. And there's this doctrine, right, where it's being put on people because there's a sense of morality to it. Because if you don't do this, that's wrong. And then if you don't think wrong, if you think wrong or if you speak wrong, you live wrong, you have sinned against us. And what is the consequence? canceled, censored, silenced. And in some cases, if you're dealing with Antifa, attacked physically. So it's strange. It is strange because I do think we are seeing some kind of weird religion develop with these people. I mean, you can even take it to the climate change stuff. Some people live their lives very radically. My wife would always ask me, Drew, how come whenever we're out like covering a protest or I see your videos and these people just look so malnourished. They look so unhealthy. They smell and it's their skin is like almost yellow and it just looks, their hair is all greasy and bizarre looking. And I remember I started thinking about it and I'm like, well, a lot of these people they're indoctrinated with this climate change stuff and you know, they don't eat this, they don't eat that. I'm not saying eating healthy. I'm just saying they refrain from a lot in order to minimize their carbon footprint. Like their whole, like they don't eat certain things. They don't use certain things. Like you see this a lot and it's like a religion. They abstain, to use religious terminology. It would be to abstain from that which is designated as sin or negative in your lifestyle or your diet or your thought, or you see what I'm saying? It's very weird. It's very strange. It's just very strange. So you guys know what I think about that, but you're right, Julianne. You're absolutely right. And hey, shout out to Nathan for joining the DH Alliance. Hey, Nathan, shout out to you, man. Thank you so much for the support, Nathan. I truly appreciate it. And I appreciate every single one of you guys that support me monthly on this channel and on Patreon. We are reworking everything very soon. We're going to relaunch just kind of like what my Patreon supporters are going to be getting monthly with all the different apps and stuff like that. So, hey, man, I appreciate it. We have another super chat from Lindsay Green, a $5 super chat. We salute you. Lindsay Green says, who do you like for 2024 for president and VP? If Trump runs and wins, what is going to stop the left from doing exactly what they did before with the media? There is no stopping. In terms of movement, I'll give you my opinion. In terms of movement, if there's anybody that can stand up, and this isn't me being a Trump simp, I'm just giving you my opinion. If there's anybody that has a serious political chance with a movement behind them, it's not the Republican Party. It's obviously not the Democrats. It would be Trump and the America First movement that he has currently. Now, does that mean I don't have I got problems with it? Because Trump is endorsing some individuals that I have questions about. And I wonder how much is he really invested in the endorsement process? Because there's a few rhinos he's getting behind. We saw that in Arizona. Obviously, if you believe what you believed about the election and how that ended in 2020, the swamp drained Trump. I think Trump needs to get more aggressive against the vax mandates. I think it doesn't make sense that he wouldn't. I know he mentions it here and there and he puts out emails here and there, but myself and I think a lot of Americans are sick of hearing him talk about how he got the vaccine into the United States, which is fine. You could believe whatever you want, but now the radical left, authoritarian, totalitarian psychopaths are using that jab with the mandates to destroy people's lives. I would like to see Trump get more aggressive with that. What I'm saying is, I think politically speaking, I think the one that has the best movement would be the populist right now. But Trump needs to seriously get as far away as he can from these establishment rhinos in the Republican Party. He has to stop endorsing some of them. He has to get back to where he actually was 2016, very aggressively speaking out against the establishment on both sides. So for me personally, I would like to see that Trump return for a 2024 run. I just think that he has the best political movement as a populist to actually stand up to the authoritarian left and the globalists in this country. It's not going to come from some nobody Republican right now that doesn't have the financial backing, the social backing. I think Trump carries a lot of that weight. And I think right now I'm not trying to simp for Trump. I'm just saying I think politically, when you ask me this question, I think he has the movement to stand up to the communists right now in that country. Will he use it? I hope so. If he doesn't, shame on him, because I thought this was America first. So, yeah. All right, I got to move on, but thank you so much, Nathan, for joining the DH Alliance, and thank you so much, Lindsay, for tuning in tonight. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification. Thank you so much. And honestly, to answer the end of your question, Lindsay, I mean, I know Trump just announced he's starting his own social media company, and this stuff takes millions of dollars, man. I think that could be a good thing. But at the same time, the fake news media is going to do what the fake news media is going to do. I think the biggest mistake that CNN and MSNBC made, and I think they know this now, is they gave Trump way too much airtime and it blew him up. So now I think they know that. So they don't cover his rallies. They stay away from him. They don't cover what he's saying. They just spread their lies about him. And they do that about anybody else. So I don't think they're going to let up anytime soon, Lindsay, to answer your question. I really don't. I think CNN, the fake news media, is going to continue. We need more organizations like Project Veritas. We need more truth-seeking organizations that are just interested in reporting the truth and letting people know what's going on. That's what we need. Yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see if Trump could pull. I mean, I have to be careful with what because I know people are saying, well, the election integrity. I got to be very careful with what I say about that on obviously on YouTube, but that plays a big factor too. Because if the elections are where they're at, does he even stand a chance? A fair chance. So just got to be careful with how I say these things. But thank you, Lindsay. Thank you so much. We have another super chat from Readout Productions with the $2 super chat. Readout Productions says, I feel like Sam Neill in the mouth of madness. I will definitely have to check that out. But thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Readout Productions. I truly appreciate it. There's a lot of comparisons we could make here happening in 2021. Especially 1984 as well. I think we all feel like that too, man. But thank you. We have another super chat from Damizy626 with the $5 super chat. We salute you. He says, what's up, Drew? Just joining in. Do you know anything about modern monetary theory? AOC and Sanders advocate for it. Printing unlimited dollars will destroy. You know, that happened in Rome, right? When Rome, part of their inflation was due to literally creating more and more and more and more currency, and it created hyper there's a specific term with what happened in Rome. I can't really remember it right now, but it was some kind of inflation that was just far beyond the silver amount. I think in Rome at its lowest, because like the dollar has its worth, and I think because silver at the time in Rome, I think it was like somewhere like 0.3% is how bad it was, because they kept replicating. At one point, Rome was so successful, silver was their dollar, so the silver was like almost 100% of worth at the time. But then over time, because the inflation, they kept recreating, they started adding more substance into their silver. It was just nothing but junk, and it was like 0.3% of silver. To how bad it really gets. And when you keep reprinting and adding to inflation, that we've even seen that in Rome, that wasn't the answer. It wasn't the answer. But big government means big spending, and these people do not care. They don't live in reality. And it's crazy because you see these people still turn around and say that we should live in a socialist and communist economy. They don't learn from history. But we're seeing this go up more and more and more and more. But thank you, Damazi. We truly appreciate it. We have another super chat. From Cash App. A $10 donation from Lola TX on Cash App. Thank you so much, Lola. Truly appreciate it. Lola says they learned well from the communists. Absolutely. And they're continuing. I think Lola is referring to the trans activists, and what we're seeing in the universities is they have been indoctrinated. They have literally been indoctrinated by communist critical race theory, and it's warped people's minds. Lola's absolutely correct. They have learned well. They've been indoctrinated. It's taken its toll. It's been successfully implemented into the minds of these people. And it's truly a shame. It's truly a shame, man. You got to protect your kids from this stuff because clearly they're wanting to indoctrinate children at a younger age, even before the universities, which is a problem, K through 12. And then they deny that. Oh, it's not happening. It's not happening. Really? When you got Antifa teachers in there hanging up Antifa flags on the walls and kids say, what does that mean? You think he's not giving him an answer? Oh, but the American flag is too offensive. It's a joke. It's literally a joke. And people, listen, you need to protect your kids, man. You got to protect your kids from these ideologies. These people want to indoctrinate your children with perversion, with racism, and these doctrines of demons that will damage your child in the long run. Kids should not be indoctrinated with these things. But they don't care. Since when did they care about children? These are the same people that praise and they celebrate the execution of babies in the womb. So, does it make sense why they don't really care about parents having an opinion about what their child is being indoctrinated with by the state? Makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. Alrighty, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight, and every single one of you that dropped a super chat, donated on the apps. Thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate it. You guys know just as much as I do that we definitely need your help in this fight to beat the censors. Copy the link right now. Share this video wherever you could post a link. Show it to your friends, your family, whatever. But also, thank you so much for the donations on Super Chat and Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. Thank you guys so much. If you're listening to the rebroadcast as well, consider joining the DH Alliance for as low as $5 a month. Shout out to Nathan as well for joining tonight. Thank you guys. I see you, man. Thank you guys for supporting, man. I truly appreciate it. We do this show. I try to do it at least 3-4 times a week at 3 p.m. Pacific time. That's 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So right after you're done watching me, you can go watch Elijah and Sydney Watson on You Are Here. I know a lot of you guys who watch me watch them. So love you guys very much, man. And make sure to follow me on all my socials. The link is in the description below. I will see you guys tomorrow. And as always, America, remember, stay free.